conquest of parts of China. That's how Britain got control of Hong Kong, which remains a major narco trafficking site connected to Jeffrey Epstein in very weird ways. Just sidebar that. But Mao rose to power to, in the name of his public campaign was about rejecting the century of humiliation between the 1830s and the 1930s to support Chiang Kai-shek and the Kuomintang, the Chinese nationalists against the Chinese communists. The War Department couldn't get enough congressional allocations, taxpayer money to support that, so they had to find some way to finance the forces that...
Oh, that's where they are.
That's when they ultimately lost. They fled to the island of Formosa, Taiwan. But they financed that initially, the War Department, the Chinese nationalists, through the narcotics trade, through basically the narcotics cultivated in the Golden Triangle. And these operations continued in Cambodia and Laos and were a big part of the JFK expansion of covert operations. To this day, in Fort Bragg, the Special Operations Training Center of the JFK, this was a massive expansion of small wars, covert action instead of big military action, so it was mostly spearheaded by CIA rather than DOD or Department of War. But what happened was Paul Helliwell, in order to be able to traffic illegal narcotics, created a bunch of these CIA banking structures. One's called Castle Bank and Trust in the Cayman Islands, another one Nugan Hand in Australia. And when you have that friendly bank that's protected, then you can move drugs. This is this overworld-underworld alliance between intelligence and organized crime, because basically every intelligence operation is I don't want to say every, but at the operational level, it's a crime.
Oh my goodness!
Sabotage, it's an act of subversion, it's an act of obstruction, it's an act of...
This is pretty big. This is pretty big. I don't know if it's legendary, but it's enormous. If it is, it's probably Bowles. Because Bowles is the only one that looks like that. Oh my goodness gracious. This is St. John's River. I've had some requests about videos for St. John's. And I've been researching, I've been looking into it to come up with a strategy for the Open. Guys, this thing is unbelievably big. Oh my goodness. It is. It's legendary. You can tell by that hump on its head. It looks to be bowels, perhaps. This is a 1/4 ounce jig head. And I saw a bunch of fish on my fish finder. And I was casting around looking for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't get enough money from U.S. taxpayer dollars. You can't get enough money from private...
Oh, it's Fernando.
Boom shakalaka. Giant bass.
So how do you get your resistance rebels...
Well, it's worth 10 grand.
It,
Let me take a picture. Okay, you see my map? That's the bridge up there to the north. And I'm just south of the bridge. That's the first white house you see when you start headed south. You pass those docks up there, and you come to this dock. And as you boat in front of it, the fish finder will light up. Now these fish are out here. And you need like a quarter ounce rig or a tremor shad to reach down deep to get them. But it's just this first dock after that first white house. Thanks for watching.